Hey everybody, this is Stephanie. Thanks for tuning in. I am doing a Project Life process. This is week 6 in my 2022 album. I skipped week 5 since we were sick, and I did not take photos other than just getting some photos for my sister of my new nephew that was born in January. So, due to privacy reasons, I'm going to go ahead and skip week 5 and move to week 6. So, I pulled out my cards here and I am going to get started. So I have my pictures already laid out. I am going to switch these two since it was the same day and it just makes sense to keep them together since they are wearing the same clothes. So for this week, I kind of thought I would go in the color scheme of blues in this beautiful fuchsia purple. However, I do like to try and bring in that one multicolor card that has all the colors so that way it's easier to pull out colors from that card. Initially, I thought I would have this multicolor card as the card, but I ended up going with that blue card that had the stripes, and you'll see the switch here in a bit. So now I'm just looking for my blues and purples to go along with this spread. I think the beauty in working with LA Studio is that it has that rainbow feel, so that way each spread I'm able to choose between what colors that I want to pull out each week. So yeah, I'm just trying to see what colors that I want to pull in here. I like to switch it up, and I'm very surprised that I went with these two colors instead of pulling in the red, since red tends to be a dominant color in most of my photos. I'm going to have one flap for this week, and I'm trying to pick out a card that will go with this layout, and I end up going with this journaling card that has a purple speech bubble. This is the one. I'm going to pause the video and then I'm going to also start doing my journaling. I love to use my typewriter. And after doing my journaling, I realized there wasn't a lot that I wanted to document on some of these cards. So I'm going to switch them out and make them as filler cards. And also doing my journaling on this flap, I realized I don't really need to do any additional journaling. So I'm going to be switching up that card as well. But I'm going to keep the color scheme the same. So I went with this card. This card was in my stash for at least a year. It is a summer card and it says, "Love these sunny days." So I'm going to zoom in here now and I'm going to show how I just decided to do one of these Project Life cards, kind of like a do-it-yourself Project Life card. So I'm going to keep up with what I'm trying to document, which is that black and white photo to the right. There, yes, that one. And I want to still document it, but coordinate these speech bubbles with the strips that are within the card. So red words with the red strip, some of that peachy orange, and with a matching coordinating speech bubble. So these speech bubbles that I chose were "What a Day, It Is What It Is," "Life Captured," cute little heart in purple, this fuchsia purple, and then this one was kind of hard to find a match for, but the one that I ended up picking ends up working out fine. And it just says, "Oh no." Talking about that black and white photo is a picture of my older son coming in from outside. It was a really cold day. He had a block of ice. So yeah, I felt like all those speech bubbles worked perfectly. Notes from today. Brr, it's cold. Those are the two stamps that I used at the bottom, and I call that done. Moving to the next card here, it's to talk, kind of to make a reference to this photo next to it. I thought I would go with the speech bubbles again, but I realized if I wanted to do that for more than one card, I'm going to want to keep that consistently through all the cards. But I felt like I wasn't going to have enough if I'm using 2, 3, 4 speech bubbles per card, and I wouldn't be able to keep with that pattern successfully through all the Project Life cards. So I went for my chipboard. This is a chipboard set that I got in the January release, and I still have some left over. Moving on to the next card here, this is just to talk about Henry and his love for rainbows lately. From drawing rainbows with the chalk, to painting, to even mixing up his Play-Doh to make quote-unquote rainbows. I could have not found a better chipboard to go with this card. I love it so much. It's a chipboard circle that I've had in my stash for quite a bit, and it was waiting for the perfect project such as that card. Moving to the next set of cards here to document a walk that we went throughout the week. I've been trying to make it a habit that we go out every day. just whether we go check the mailbox or we just go out for a walk, and just to be more active, to use up Henry's energy, as well as getting used to the sun and just getting used to being outside. So that way my thought process is by the time summer arrives, I'm already used to being outside so that it won't affect me as much. I am not a summer person. I love to go out and do things, but not just to be out there in the heat. So starting to make habits now. So I'm placing some more chipboard here on the photo, and the beauty of having a photo with a ton of, I guess you can call it like blank space, just spaces that you can fill up with any type of sticker here. It says fresh air, go out and explore, and then to the left it is a die cut that says love spending time with you, and then I call that done. I thought about placing something there on the center of the card, but since it's it's already a busy card, I just felt like nothing really fit. I do try and pass. I didn't really want to pull in any other color. I just loved the look, these two side by side, the chipboard pieces as well as this card. Simplistic. I do keep trying though, but I gotta let it go and move on to the next. Oh yes, I do flip up my flap. I thought about placing a speech bubble that says currently, but I'm just not 100%. I really wanted to place the Go C2 right here on this photo, but it's a bigger chipboard and I knew it wasn't going to fit, so I had to let that go. So instead I went with this gray and it says let's go, because I'm starting to take pictures of myself as well, even if it's just my feet, while we do these walks. So somewhere, somehow, I'm placing myself in these photos as well. Went ahead and stamped out currently, and I call that done. Alright, so I zoomed back out, and I'm going to look at the spread and see what else it needs. I did forget that 4x6 at the bottom to place some die cuts there, and I will here in a bit. Shockingly, I am using this banner die cut, and the fishtails, I always struggle with fishtails, but for some reason it was able to work this time around, so yay. I stamped out winter tradition hot cocoa. They know if it's a cold day throughout the week that more times than not, in that evening they'll be getting hot cocoa. And I love the fact that they know little things like that, that it's a tradition for us. I added a favorite die cut on the black and white 4x6, and then I pretty much call this done, you guys. I hope you got inspired in some way. As always, thanks for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to hit that like button. Until next time, bye guys.